Want to know the fastest and easiest way to become a crypto whale yourself? Well, this crypto cycle has been entirely different all previous cycles. We simply aren't seeing everything pump at the same time in unison as we have in previous cycles. And this is actually very simple. The reason this is the case is because there have simply been too many crypto tokens launching for the amount of liquidity or people represented in the crypto market. So far, this has been what has been called a token pickers cycle, because it's those that have bought the right coins in the right narrative at the right time that have made life-changing gains. But what if I told you there was a very simple strategy or tool you could use that would give you their same advantage? Because logically, if you do the same things that these crypto whales are doing, same steps, then hypothetically, if you put in the same amount of time and attention, then you should get similar results too. Well, in today's show, that is what I go into for you. I cover the news first, because that always frames where we are in the world in light of everything, right, in the crypto market. But then we're going to get into this tool. Actually, there's two tools. So without further ado, let us jump into it. So first thing is first, as you can see on my screen, you can see Bitcoin has been fighting its way back up to 110. We're not at 110. $1,000 Bitcoin yet, but we are at a 104, 105, $100,000 Bitcoin. So all in all, this speaks of strength to me, because this represents diamond hands. This represents to me the real Bitcoin believers and holders of the world and how they feel of Bitcoin. Moving on, you can see that we had tremendous inflows for Bitcoin's ETFs across all the top major funds in the US and in the world. We ended end of business day yesterday, $802.6 million worth of value flowing into the Bitcoin ETFs. So that's absolutely fantastic. It's one of our most successful days for Bitcoin's ETFs inflows. Next, as you can see on the screen here, we have more and more states lining up to support and rally behind and push through this Bitcoin strategic reserve. We now have a total of 12 states. As you can see on my screen here, we have Florida, Alabama, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Ohio, North Dakota, Oklahoma, Texas, Wyoming, Massachusetts, Utah, and Arizona. And as Cointelegraph wraps it up here, all change, guys, starts gradually, then picks up. Then it's suddenly. So this is extremely exciting. And as you can see on my screen here by Willy Woo, he goes ahead and explains the way the Bitcoin strategic reserve would need to be passed. He says the Bitcoin strategic reserve needs buy-in from Congress and the House. Issuing an executive order on inauguration day is the blunt way to execute this, but we already know this is not what we got. This is not what happened on the inaugurational day of the 20th, 2 days ago now, depending on where you are in the world. Anyway, he goes on to say the smart way is to assess the likelihood of success before pushing the go button. And that's why seeing so many states buy into and push for a Bitcoin strategic reserve, as we saw on the previous page, is so influential and powerful, because it's the voice of the people across the states that really will tell the federal government, hey, this is what the people want. And we know that, as we've seen in previous videos of mine, if you haven't seen them, then you would know I broke this down in detail. I forget the gentleman's name, but he was explaining that essentially before bills are passed on the federal government, they're first tested in sort of like an incubator or like testing ground, breeding ground on a state level first. And then once there's buy-in on a state level, or federal government sees that on the state level, these bills and laws are working effectively, then they're implemented on a federal level or considered for it. So this is wonderful. Willie does go on to say, if you scroll down, that even if it receives a green light, which we all know it will at this point, right, or the US is going to be left behind compared to other states and countries of the world. But he goes on to say that it would take anywhere from 6 to 24 months before the US government would execute on any Bitcoin stacking. I don't know about the 24-month part. I think 6 months may be on the long end, personally. Maybe he's speaking in regards regards to how bills in the past have been passed and the timeframes within which they've been passed. So this sounds reasonable, but considering we're literally in a financial crisis, and this has been at the forefront of Donald Trump's campaign, and the reason he's been able to rally and bring in such powerful business people, so much foreign investment, as we saw today in the news as well. We have Masa. We'll get into this in a second, but Masa, one of the world's top billionaire investors. We have Sam Altman, and then another gentleman, I believe he goes by the name of Lee, but you can see this if you Google and search for the news. They're announcing a project called Stargate, and this is going to be to invest, I believe it's a total of 500 billion, or it's like in the billions of dollars, into an AI fund to help bring the United States back up into a position of leadership in terms of AI and leading the way with AI innovation to help across healthcare, et cetera, et cetera. So just given that wealth and wealth preservation and saving the US from the, trillions of dollars of debt that the US is in, you can go to the usdebtclock.com or .org, and there's like real-time debt information you can see on how far in debt the US really is, and the world, right? We have a debt economy, you may have heard before. So just considering how important it is for the US to get out of debt and start becoming profitable, I would say that this will happen a lot faster. But let's keep moving on. I'm just sharing it with you so you have general timeframes in mind. But in terms of very, very exciting news, in terms of some of the promises that Donald Trump, our 47th president, has already been delivering on, you can see that Trump gave Ross Ulbricht a full pardon as promised. This, frankly, I think had the whole crypto space, probably his parents above all, and himself and his fiance extremely, extremely happy. But I think the whole crypto space as well was so happy to hear this, because he's been a champion for the crypto space in so many ways. Next, the SEC launched a crypto task force headed by crypto-friendly Hester Pierce, aimed at developing a clear and regulatory framework for crypto. We'll look into these points, guys, I'm making in more detail here in a minute. Next, we have Crypto.com relaunching its US exchange due to regulatory optimism. This is beautiful. And this is by Tyler D. Tyler did it on Twitter X, and he says, and I think we can all agree, it seems like Trump is having a massive impact on crypto already, and he's only one day into his presidency, guys. This is so beautiful. And as you can see on the screen here, or if you cannot, it's a picture of Ross Ulbricht walking out of prison. This is his own tweet, I believe, or it's probably his fiance tweeting this with, just the word freedom listed on it. This man spent over 10 years in jail, guys. 10 years. He was going to get life in prison, and look at the face of this human being being released. Like, wow, guys, what a new day this really is for all of us. And as you can see here by Vijay Boyapati, sorry if I slaughtered your name, but he says, newcomers to Bitcoin may not understand why old timers care so much about Ross Ulbricht, but let me explain, guys. So this is for you. If you already know, then skip ahead. But if you don't, or play me on 2x, I know I don't speak very fast, even though I am working on it. But he goes on to say this, Ross Ulbricht, right? He embodied the ethos of early Bitcoin more than anyone. He was an entrepreneur who created a thriving marketplace. He believed in radical freedom, including the freedom to trade anything with anyone else, so long as it was peaceful and voluntary. He regularly wrote about his views on freedom and why he built the first truly successful Bitcoin business, the Silk Road. He wanted to create a better world and believed his principles deeply. Politicians like Schumer targeted both Silk Road and Bitcoin as criminal enterprises that needed to be shut down. You can't blame them, right? They only knew what they knew, but still, it was not right. But it is what it is. When he was convicted, the judge and the establishment threw the book at him. He was a first-time nonviolent criminal, and they locked him up and effectively threw away the key. Oh my gosh. In the early Bitcoin community, we all felt how unjust this was. It was like they were locking up any one of our own out of spite for what we all believed was a peaceful revolution. Now, tens of millions of people own Bitcoin, and many just because of number go up. Never forget there was a deeper purpose here, and that getting rich is a nice side effect of what the greater purpose is. Fix the money, fix the world, guys. That's beautiful. I'm going to put that on some clothes because I'm actually launching also a crypto fashion line, luxury brand. Nice fabrics, right? Nice material we all want to wear. Next, this is by Marty Party, and this is regarding Hester Pierce being put at the forefront of this crypto task force from the SEC. So let me read it to you, okay? This is by Marty Party. He says, "We love Hester Pierce, SEC Crypto 2.0. Breaking new. SEC Chief Uyeda," by the way, I didn't share that with you on the news, but you can Google it. I'll share it with you in a second, guys. But we also have now an official new SEC chair. I think he's of Japanese origin. I'm not sure, although he looked Latino to me, but I'm Latina, so maybe I'm biased. Announces formation of crypto task force run by Hester Pierce. The task force focus will be to help the commission draw clear regulatory lines, provide realistic paths to regulation, craft sensible disclosure frameworks, and deploy enforcement resources judiciously. So it's like fairly, basically. Hester Pierce, and then he volunteers to help, right? And I also volunteer to help you, Hester Pierce. I will also tweet this so you can find me on Twitter X. I try to make crypto easy to understand. But anyway, I'm sure Marty Party would do great as well. But he basically volunteers to help. I think we all should really. He volunteers to help, and then he says, "Thank you, right? Thank you for all your hard fighting all these years. You deserve a lot of love." And that's just true. So I'm gonna heart this. So new days for us, guys. Not only that, but according to Bitcoin Magazine here, we have Senator Cynthia Lummis, who we know has been championing a Bitcoin strategic reserve even long before Donald Trump came into the picture. Like, she has been petitioning for this for a long time. But apparently yesterday, on Donald Trump's first day as the 47th President of the United States and the free world, he met with, I think it's Eric Trump. I think he's the third kid, is what I keep remembering somebody say, at the Capitol yesterday to discuss this. So even though, and this is kind of a side note, but even though Donald Trump made so many promises, right, and the community was disappointed he didn't talk about Bitcoin on his inauguration speech, we have to remember that he's the face of this new government body, right? And this doesn't mean he's a pro at everything. It means he has the right people for all of the right topics and important priorities. And it sounds like, by the sounds of this, that he sort of positioned his son, Eric Trump, as the extension of him representing and moving Bitcoin forward. So the Bitcoin reserve, right? Strategic reserve. So this is wonderful. So it happened, guys, right? And actions speak louder than words. So even though he didn't mention Bitcoin or crypto in his inaugurational speech, the point is he acted on it on his first day. And this is the most powerful thing we could have seen, right? Because one thing to hear something, totally different to see it in action. And he took action. So that said, Fefe from Crypto Banter's wonderful group of thought leaders. You can also follow them on YouTube, or you probably do if you're here. He summarizes it, right? He says in his only 2 days in office, Donald Trump, he's already done more for this industry than Joe Biden and his cabinet did in the past 4 years. And then he says, love Trump or hate him, the next years will be legendary for crypto. And I truly couldn't agree more. So I'm also liking that. And then this is so interesting. If you can see my screen, then you'll be able to see what I'm watching. But if you can't, I'm just going to play it for you. And this is Donald Trump's first comment regarding his meme coin. I know he received a lot of hate, and you'll hear people question him on this in this snippet here I'll play for you. But he did his first address to the people. This was released by ALTCOIN Daily, by the way. Awesome channel and thought leaders. But anyway, let's play this for you. And it's so interesting how he has even no recollection of how much he made with his meme coin, which once again speaks to my point earlier of how the simple fact he launched a meme coin doesn't mean it was him driving it. You know what I mean? It's his team behind him. Anyway, listen to it. Seems very genuine to me. Let me know what you think.
Crypto coin the other day. Do you intend to continue selling crypto coin the other day? Do you intend to continue selling products that benefit yourself personally while you're president?
Well, I don't know if it benefited. I don't know where it is. I don't know much about it other than I launched it. I heard it was very successful. I haven't checked it. Where is it today?
You made a lot of money, sir.
How much?
Several $billions, it seems like, in the last several days.
Several billion, that's peanuts for these guys.
Doesn't even know how much he made. That's the best, when you don't even realize how much you made
The other day,
sometimes.
do you intend to continue selling products that benefit yourself personally while you're president?
I'll pause it, but you hear the authenticity in his voice and commentary, which speaks to the fact that, yeah, it's his team, it's not him. And well, that could also be seen as like a scapegoat, right? Or a way of not taking any ownership on his decisions or what's being published in his name. The point is that also just the way he responds does speak to me ultimately, how he's just been more focused on the work he's been doing at hand, because he did a lot. We'll keep reading, guys. But anyway, let's keep moving on. This is by Mario Nawfal, and this is so impactful. This is what I was referencing earlier. You can Google it. I'd play it for you, but I want to keep this video nice and short for you. But basically, Trump met with billionaire Masa tycoon and just extremely wealthy human and investor Masa, and Sam Altman and someone else, Larry Ellison from Oracle, and they talk about this new fund. Let me read it for you. So this is by Mario. He says, Trump is set to unveil a private sector-backed AI project called Stargate, led by OpenAI, SoftBank, and Oracle. The companies will invest $100 billion initially, with plans to reach $500 billion over 4 years, starting with a massive data center in Texas, which is going to bring so many jobs there, and this is going to be so wonderful. SoftBank CEO Masayoshi Son, goes by Masa, OpenAI's Sam Altman, and Oracle's Larry Ellison will join Trump at the White House for the announcement. This already happened, so just go YouTube it. You can listen to it. It's very interesting, guys. I mean, we have to stay connected with what's happening in the world or we get left behind, because politics directly impacts finance and the economy. So very interesting. And yeah, we have Sammy here on Twitter also talking about it. And he says, so let me just read it to you, right? So he says, 500 billion over the next 4 years for AI infrastructure. This is the important part. AI agents will ride on the coattail, right? Or this massive marketing campaign basically for AI. They will ride on the coattails of this mammoth capital injection with exponential performance improvements. Crypto enables AI. So what do you think is going to happen next, guys? That's right. And we have Mario again bringing us some more news. And he says, Google doubles down on OpenAI rival Anthropic with fresh $1 billion investment separate from the company's upcoming $2 billion Lightspeed-led funding round. The AI startup's value soars to $60 billion as tech giants fight for position in the artificial intelligence race. Anthropic, now backed by both Google, $3 billion total, and Amazon, $8 billion, brings in $875 million annually as it challenges Microsoft-backed OpenAI's dominance. And competition is so healthy for the market. We know this. I don't have to say it. So this is wonderful. I'm hearting it. Go Anthropic. This is fantastic, guys. And really the message is, once again, that AI tokens, the best ones, and AI agent tokens above all, they're going to be winning. They're winners like this bull run and into the future. So by Sandra here, we get this confirmation basically. And she says, flight to quality agentic coins imminent. Pick your winners. Like they're about to take off, like get into position, let's like a horse race, right? Like pick your horses, lock into position, because if you try to change who you're betting on in the middle of the bull run, you're just not going to make that much money, because you make the money by coming in cheap up front. So like today, tomorrow, this week, I would say is like pretty much almost like, I hate to call it, I can't call the future, right? But like this week, like that's it. Like this week, early next week, maybe if we're lucky. But like the parabolic bull run is here. If we see another 2 weeks of this sideways trending, I'm going to be so shocked. I think we're looking at a week. Like that's it. That's honestly my take on it. I may be wrong. Hopefully I am. So you have more time to get into your positions. But like Sandra says, like get into your positions. And this comes from Sandra again, and she shares a heat map with us. This is by Kaito AI, a really great AI tool as well. And it basically shows us, if you can see the screen here, that AI XBT, ALTCOIN, AI 16Z, but mainly AI XBT is leading the way right now in the last 7 days, which have been very volatile. Remember that? And we had two like really dramatic meme coins launch, Trump's coin and Melania's coin, in light of the inauguration. So considering it's had so much mind share, really says something. really, really says something. It speaks of whales and OGs that know what's going on. They know what's valuable. They're in the know-how, and this is where they're placing their bets. So maybe you should consider it, right? Not financial advice. So Sandra puts it this way. Hot air continues to rise. AI XPT still dominates in external mindshare. Flight to DeFi, decentralized finance AI coins such as Griffin, Anon, Orbit, and Mobi. Open source frameworks like Pippin and other enter the scene. Established framework infrastructure coins like Virtual Game, AI16Z, holding steadily, similar to the last 2 weeks. So, and then she's going to be dropping a report soon. So this is awesome. I'm hearting it. Let's keep moving on. So remember that, guys, AI agents are in, and back up and take a screenshot of what I shared with you, or go sign up for Kaito AI. I don't have an affiliate link for you. I will soon though, guys. It just hasn't been time to start sharing affiliate links with you. And then here we have it by James Safart, and he says, we are so back. Here's a massive list of all the current digital asset ETF filings I'm aware of. And if you zoom in on this, you would see who they are. Okay, you have Hashdex, Franklin, Grayscale, Bitwise, Vanik, 21 shares course of Solana, Canary Solana, Bitwise, etc., 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 filing for different asset type ETFs. So this is beautiful. Go follow James Safart if you want to stay in the loop of what he's sharing. Fantastic. And then of course we find out by TGen News that Trump, Bonk, and Doge have all filed, like the tickers, right? The crypto tokens have all filed for ETFs with the SEC as well. I don't know about the Trump coin, although I'm sure it'll become like some sort of utility meme coin. I hope it does anyway. And I don't know about Doge, other than its use as money on Mars. I don't know, but Bonk is already a useful meme coin. So if Bonk gets this ETF, then that would be great. And I am holding Bonk, by the way. This is by Cadence Pengu on X. They say Bonk ETF will be mentioned in TradFi Media. This is so true. It is, because it's the only meme coin that is filed for an ETF that I know of that is useful already, has utility. So when it gets its ETF, because I can just see it very likely getting approved eventually, it's going to be in the media everywhere. So it's going to be a really, really large media campaign for Bonk and meme coins. And so at that point, it'll be domino effect, and we'll see people looking up, relative market caps and looking up Doge and looking up, I don't know, other memes, right? So value entry in beta to Doge. That's probably true. So yeah, Bonk, I could see, I'm not going to say 100%, but I could see it pumping because of this. And this is Bonk now. If you take a look at its chart on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap or anywhere else you want to go, DEX tools, you'll see it's currently very, very cheap considering all. And even so, it's been seeing a pump lately. We're not even at all-time highs, and it has a strong community, which you always want to look for. And yeah, so go check out Bonk if you don't already own some. I do own some, but that's that. Anyway, by now we see this. Okay, so this is now food for thought in terms of where we're at in the market. This is by ALO, and they say, do you see any euphoria in the market? They say, I don't. I just see a lot of PTSD and wall of worry. We will continue to have this is so important, guys. So just take a listen. We will continue to have many alt cycles, some bigger than others, and people will continue to be disappointed due to dispersion, alt dilution, and this being a token pickers cycle. Bitcoin can keep going up on most of this year, whilst many will lose their money in alts, causing more anger, confusion, and bad vibes on the timeline. The game is harder for sure, so either adjust your expectations, own more BTC rather than being in all alts, or get good or like get gone, right? And you can see this chart here, Anyway, let's keep moving on. But I couldn't agree more with that advice. And I've answered this to a few of you in my comments section and the comments below, but altcoins can make you a lot of money. Meme coins can make you a lot of money, but they require a level of focus and dedication of time and sort of this energy of being like sitting at the edge of your seat, right? Even if you're not a trader, full-time trader. And if you're not going to have the time or build out a system in your life to where you can be just ready, like ready on your device in the middle of the night or first thing in the morning or at work or whenever it is. Like if you can't be willing and have that ability to punch in and punch out and be able to sell and buy when you hear of hot alpha, then you may miss the window, like high likelihood and chances. I mean, I'm far more of a fundamentalist in crypto and blockchain. I love the technology. I love that it has the power, and I'm still finishing my course, guys. So it's coming. Just bear with me. It's my first week back. Still a little jet lag. My body thinks I'm on the other side of the planet. But what I believe is I love the technology, and I love how it can put anyone into the financial game, into the market, whether they're, poor or whatever the case might be, because with crypto nowadays, we know everyone has a phone and everyone can get access to Wi-Fi, even if you go borrow it from some cafe, which I've done at times in my early career when I was in between jobs or whatever. Yeah, like it has the potential to really help anyone jump into investing if they have time to learn and a phone and a Wi-Fi connection. They don't need to even have ID. They don't need first month's bank statement, rent. They don't need anything, right? You can just start. Of course, you'll need to be able to get some gas. So that is like a little hurdle. So maybe I'll be running some campaigns in the next coming month or so to help people just onboard, because I'd really love to help more in Latin America, because I'm from Bolivia, of course. Let's keep moving on. But that said, if we take a look at what's on the screen here, sorry, I was hovering over it without speaking to it. This is by Narolf on X, and they say AI agents will bring value to the entire crypto ecosystem. So this ties back to the whole AI narrative, right? Like now that Donald Trump and key investors and technology CEOs like Sam Altman and Larry Ellison from Oracle and Masa, technology investor, now that they're going to be investing in this Stargate AI project, we know that, as I just said a moment ago, AI projects and AI agents are going to really be at the forefront and really benefit from all this free marketing. But that set aside, getting into today's alpha for you, AI agents will also be helping you and me with this project I'm going to share with you in a second. I've shared it before, but I'm going to share it again. Anyway, they can do things like this, right? They can automate tasks, provide alternatives to current versions, and enhance user experiences. For users, they remove complexity, handle security, and make onboarding as simple as possible. And for bridges and interoperable protocols, they remove the need for manual intervention. So interacting with crypto should become much easier. And I agree. That said, one of the beautiful AI agent projects that I want to share with you, I've shared before briefly, is called Mobi AI. And this is what's going to give you the whale advantage I talked about in my intro. Mobi is awesome. You can actually sign it, right? You can tag it and ask it any question about any crypto project, and it'll just give it to you instantaneously, which is the advantage and the angle that crypto whales have, because they're so plugged in and they know everyone, they know what's happening, and they have advanced AI tools. But now with AI agent projects and tokens like Mobi AI, you can also have that power at your fingertips. You just need to be connected on X. And you should follow me. That said, my account is Crypto by Jazz, because I also share news there all the time and keep you updated with what's going on. But anyway, moving on. This is Mobi on Solana's chart. You can see here, and you can get the address off of Dex Screener as well to buy it. Right, so this is Mobi. They're seeing a little correction right now, but in general, you can see, you don't have to be a pro trader to see that it's trending up, right? Overall, it's going up. So you're still at a good time to buy, but I wouldn't wait too long on this one, guys. Not that it's financial advice, but I personally wouldn't. And this is by Matthias, and you can see they say, Mobi Agent has been very spot on with its runner of the day selections. And they highlight below, this is Mobi highlighted this one for everyone, that Doge AI was a winner. And then clearly you can see on the chart below that its chart really reflected it. Moving on, this tweet that we see here is by Mobi AI's agent, and they say, let's explore the medium cap coins that are catching attention right now. Here's a summary of the data gathered. So this is the alpha that Mobi AI is sharing with us, right? Much like crypto whales get. And so they pointed out, right? These are the most purchased medium cap coins by whales in the last hour. listed below. So we have Sora, Doge AI, Lumo, and then we have Graph. Next, here we have Whale Watch. So Whale Watch is another AI powered alpha tool that you're going to want to use that's available to you on Twitter X by the same team as Moby Agent. So between these two tools, you should really be set because Whale Watch focuses on tracking meme coins that top whales are investing into. So assuming you check the narrative, make sure it has a real community, et cetera, details I teach you and have been teaching you in my past videos. Between these two tools, Moby Agent and Whale Watch, you should really be set. And if you want to go check out the website, it wouldn't open for me for the sake of today's video, but it's Asset Dash. So you can watch the video here. Very easy, huh? So let's go check out their website. Hopefully it opens up for us. So here you can download Asset Dash for iPhone, download Asset Dash for Android, Whale Watch on the web. Click on that, should open. This is what it looks like. Great, it worked for you guys. So this is what their website looks like. And if we back up, then you can also buy Elements, the first NFT ever minted on their website. Anyway, I'm not promoting them. I'm not promoting you go buy this NFT. I'm simply showing you Asset Dash's website for Whale Watch, which once again, between Whale Watch and, so you're going to want to press the notifications, and Moby, you should be golden, guys. But okay, guys, I hope you gained value from today's show. I will be back tomorrow with another video for you. Please leave comments below on new topics that you would like me to address, or if you have any questions regarding the crypto market, or even feedback on how I could improve and make my videos better for you, because that is a top priority for me. That said, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you're excited for the new days that we're seeing in the world and in the crypto market at large. And with that, that's it, guys. That's a wrap. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ciao.